Hey y'all, my name is Cassie and I am the creator of Pieces of Scrap, and in today's video I've got a lot of exciting things to show you. I went to 2 different stores and I have 2 separate yarn hauls to show you. We're also going to finish the backing for my granny square blanket that I made 2 videos ago now, or maybe 3 videos. It might be 3 videos. But I've picked up some fabric to do some backing for that, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But I also have a birthday present that I finished for one of my friends. Her birthday is this Thursday, so happy birthday, Taylor. I'm gonna wrap that up for her today. And I also have a big commission order that I'm gonna be delivering on Thursday as well to a local business. So lots of exciting things to share with you today. But first off, let's look at my yarn haul. First up, I have a yarn haul from Michaels. So a couple weeks ago now, I went into College Station, Bryan area, actually, because I was filming for multiple challenge videos that are coming up in future uploads. The next 2 weeks, those challenge videos should be going up on my channel, but while I was also in town filming those, I stopped at the Michaels and picked up some yarn. Specifically, I was looking for some Bernat blanket yarn to use for future pajama pouch animal patterns, and I think the next pattern that I'm going to write up is going to be a pajama pouch dog or puppy. And particularly, I have a really soft spot for Shibas and Huskies, mostly because I have my own Shiba Inu. So I think the next pattern that I will do will be a pajama pouch puppy, specifically like Husky style or Shiba Inu style. So I picked up some yarn for that. First up, we have this variated shade of Bernat blanket, and this is the color Beach Foam. So it's like this sandy beach foamy color, really pretty. I was thinking that I could do like a solid color dog in this color and have some like a little bit of shade variation in there and make it look a little bit more interesting. I also went ahead and picked up some solid colors. So this is the color Coal. It's like basically a charcoal black color. This will make a good body color for a Shiba Inu that looks like my Shiba Inu. I have like a burnt marshmallow Shiba Inu. And in addition to that, I had to get like the tan color. So this is the color Gold. This is the closest thing that they had. In my preference, I would have gone for like a little bit warmer of a color, maybe a little bit more orange in there or a tan. But this is the closest thing that they could that I could find there at Michael's. So this is going to be that tricolor, the third tricolor for that Shiba Inu. And I also have a lot of, I had a sale at my local Walmart and they had a ton of just one color of Bernat blanket that was on sale for like more than half price. They were selling for like $5 a skein. So I picked up, like I cleared out all of those in 2 separate shopping hauls because they still had some left over the second time I came around, so I figured I'd just grab all of it. So that'll be the third tricolor in there. It's like an off-white color. And then finally I got this mystical skein of Bernat blanket. This is the color Cinder, which is like a kind of variated shade of black with like some different grays. There's also some like more purple toned black colors in here as well, so that is a really cute variated shade that I can use for those patterns as well. And before I show you the rest of the yarn haul from Michaels, I just wanted to mention that I want to make a bunch of different variations of this pajama pouch pattern. So let me know in the comments section what kind of animals you want to see. Obviously I already have the kitty and I'm working on the puppy / dog pattern now, and I can definitely do different breeds of dogs. I know there's a lot more variation in dog breeds versus cat breeds. Like cat breeds are easier because most of them have the same face shape, but dog shapes of their heads change a lot. So let me know in the comment section what you want to see in the pajama pouch pattern variations, like what kind of animals, if you have a specific dog breed or a specific cat that you want to see. I would be happy to work on making those patterns for you guys. And then to wrap up my Michaels yarn haul, I got 2 skeins of the Loops and Thread Sweet Snuggles Light. That's the, actually this is like the Blossom line. So this one is called Dahlia Bloom. It's like pink, like cherry blossom almost, but you've got like these little yellow bits with the green bits in there that kind of remind me of like lemons on a branch or something like that. So this is really cute. This is definitely a color I haven't gotten before in this Blossom Bloom color range. And then I also got this one, which I think I've gotten before. I know that Premier has their own version of this as well, if not the same exact one, but this one is called Robin Blossom. So really pretty color here. I think normally when I crochet with this, I use it to make like overalls and things like that. It's really cute as like denim that looks like it's embroidered a little. So next up, the second yarn haul that I have for you guys is actually from Hobby Lobby, and I went there specifically to get my fabric that I will show you after I show you the yarn that I bought. But while I was there, I was also looking for some solid colors similar to that Bernat blanket that I can use for pajama pouch animals, as well as just stocking up on some colors that I needed. And specifically one of the color ranges that I was looking for was the Yarn Bee Cozy Traditions, which is like, I have an inkling that that might be like a fall or autumn line of yarns, because it gets into like those really cool like autumnal colors that are really great for making chickens. And I was looking for that because I am nearly out of those colors and I need to restock my chickens soon. But unfortunately I couldn't find any, so let me know if you know a place where I can get similar looking yarns that have those good chicken variated colors, because I am very low on mine. But anyway, I got some of the Cozy Occasion yarn in coffee. I got 2 skeins of this, was trying to grab some basic colors that I could use for the pajama pouch animals, obviously. And then in addition to that, I needed to grab some more of this Snugs and Kisses color Teddy. This is like one of my favorite colors in that color range. It makes some really basic looking animals if you're looking for a nice like muted brown color, instead of like most browns that I see out there are really warm. So this is a lot more muted and nice looking, especially if you're looking for like snuggly, cuddly, cute looking animals, and not as, I don't know, when I think of cute and like bedtime and things like that, I want like softer colors instead of brighter, more vibrant colors, if that makes any sense. So I got 3 skeins of this. Now let me grab my fabric and I'll start talking to you about my kind of plan for creating the backing on this granny square blanket. So the fabric that I chose is actually like a fleece white fabric that you'd normally see with like tie blankets. And the reason that I got this in particular, not just because of the color of the blanket, but like this type of fabric, was because I was looking for something soft and cozy that washes well, but also something that I'd be really comfortable working with and potentially crocheting through. And then what was really cool was, before I went to the store, I stumbled across this reel or short, I can't remember what they're called when they're on Facebook, but I saw a video on Facebook, and it was a woman putting backing on her crocheted blanket, and what she ended up doing was she just cut slits in her fabric and did it like a tie blanket. So you pull your little slits of fabric through the holes and just tie knots around the entire blanket, and I thought that was a really creative and easy no-sew way of doing it. So I think I'm going to try to do that. I have more than enough fabric here because I believe the width of the fabric is probably like twice as long as I need it to be, but that'll be fine. I'll just have some extra left over. But anyway, I need to go ahead and measure this to my blanket. So I'm going to lay it out on my guest bed, measure it out, and then cut where I've measured it, and then I'm going to start making those slits and tie this to the granny square blanket, and then I'll finally be done with my granny square blanket here. So that is really exciting, and that is the first thing we're going to be doing today. Hey y'all, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a walkthrough here since it's not super clear what I'm doing. So I started in the very center of the short side of my granny square blanket after laying the fabric flat.
so that there was an equal amount of fabric around each side, and I started cutting slits that were as wide as my stitches. And once I cut a few slits of fabric, I took a break to start tying the blanket to the fabric just to make sure I was going at an even pace in the width of the fabric I was cutting. I did this so that I wouldn't run out of fabric before I got to the end of the fabric. I allowed for each side so that I definitely had enough room to evenly space the ties around the whole blanket. Essentially, how you assemble your backing to your crocheted blanket is you allocate 2 slits of fabric to every 2 stitches. So I was keeping a gap of 1 stitch in between each tie. So I would pull 1 piece of fabric through the hole, and then the second piece of fabric I would just tie a knot into that one so that there was a gap in between each tie that I made, and also I wasn't pulling the fabric through every single stitch. It was just every other piece of fabric I would pull through a stitch, and that just made it so it was secure and there wasn't any gaps. And I was also making sure that if there were ever any points in the blanket that I was cutting a little bit too unevenly or the stitches needed to be pulled closer together, sometimes I would tie 3 stitches together just so that it would cinch it a little more, especially since some of these squares seemed like they had a little bit more stitches than other squares, or some squares were a little bit wider than other squares. So it's really just up to you to make sure you tie as evenly as possible, and it's really, really straightforward. And another thing that I quickly want to mention is initially I was pulling through each stitch, but at the end of the process, what I found a lot faster was just pulling the fabric through in between the double crochet border. It was much easier to pull the fabric strips through that way, and it took a lot less time, and it also frayed the fabric a lot less.
Hey guys, so I have an update for you. I've finished adding the backing to the blanket, and it looks honestly like a blanket I would have bought at a store. It's so awesome looking now. So here it is, the tassels around the whole outside here, and obviously we have just white on the back, and it is so much warmer now as a blanket, and we're in the start of summer in East Texas, and it gets really, really hot here. So I don't really see myself using this like every single day, but at least now when I'm crocheting and I have my camera like pointed down at my lap, you'll see this as a nice little background behind, and you'll probably see this nice border now too, because I have crocheted with this as a backdrop, but I didn't have the backing obviously. So you could see like through the blanket. Not that that's a big deal. It's just, it looks a lot more professional to me now, which is really exciting, and it'll be really comfy having a nice blanket around for when I get cold in the office. So anyway, I have a couple more things to show you before this video is over, and the first thing is that I made a birthday present for one of my friends. I think I mentioned that earlier, and she has her own like little homestead, and she has some chickens, and I made her a chicken apron. So I gotta get this one wrapped up to be gifted to her tomorrow. Tomorrow is her birthday, and we're gonna go over to their house for a birthday party. Gotta make some guacamole for that, but first things first is I need to make sure that this is wrapped up and ready to be gifted to her. And then in addition to that, I also have a commission order for a local store I mentioned earlier that I need to get packed up and ready to be delivered tomorrow as well. So let me quickly grab what that commission is. So the commission is for a barbecue restaurant in town, and the owner wanted a variety of different plushies like chickens, cows, pigs to display at the store and to sell there, particularly because it's a good point in town where people are coming and going. Lots of truckers stop there to eat some barbecue, and so he thought it would be a good opportunity to have like a little gift section at the store where people can pick things up if they're thinking of somebody in their life that needs a gift. So that is why he commissioned me to make a bunch of stuff. So I have 4 chicken keychains for him here in a variety of colors. I have also got mini chickens for that same customer as well. I got 4 of them total in a variety of colors. Then of course we need some pigs, so we've got 2 mini piggies here, and I also have 2 mini cows here. And what's funny is whenever I display this one at market, people always think it's a guinea pig, but it's supposed to be like a Highland cow. I think just the colors and lack of spots on the cow probably just don't make it super obvious that it's a Highland cow. But we also have like a spotted brown cow here as well. And then finally we needed an attention getter, one of those bigger plushies that people will come look at and then maybe decide to purchase something else because the price might be too expensive for them. So I have this cute little baby cow here. This is the biggest plushie that I have this commission in. So today I need to update all of the tags. All of the tags are the tags that I use for market, so they have my pricing on there. But for this commission, the owner of the restaurant is paying my prices, and then he's going to upcharge to whatever price seems fair for his customers. So I have to update all of my tags so that they're just blank tags, I think is what I'm gonna do. And then I will get these wrapped up to be delivered to the store tomorrow. So we have a lot of gift wrapping and prepping to do. And then after that, I will check in with you guys later. Hey y'all, so I have an update for you. I have my commission packed for today's delivery as well as the gift all wrapped, and you guys should have seen that in the last clip, but I have quickly some things I want to show you that I made over between last night and this morning. I've been working on some Mabel chickens because I ran out of, or not ran out of, but I'm running really low on Mabel chickens, and they're one of my best sellers like throughout the entire season, so I figured I need to restock some of them. Most of what I have left over are just white Mabel chickens, so I'm trying to make some variety of different colors because people really enjoy picking out their Mabel chicken and the one that's right for them, that they like the most out of all of them. So let me quickly grab some of these and show you what I made. So I've got 4 different colors here for you because I was running out of some of the yarns, so they're all like slightly different. So here is one of my Mabel chickens. The thing that I'm doing differently on them is like I like the tail feather. So all I do when I finish them before I sew them closed is I chain 5, slip stitch, chain 9, slip stitch, and then chain 5 again. So we've got this cute little tail feather on the back, and I think that makes them really unique. So I think I'm going to do that from now on. I kind of adapted that technique from not my last FPR, but the FPR before that. There was a pattern there that had that technique in it where you create tail feathers. It's the swinging chicken in particular, and it's a really easy technique, so that's why I ended up doing it. I've got one more of those red chickens, and this is the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Cozy Traditions yarn. And then next up I've got a Bernat blanket mystical. This is in the color Canyon, and I made one of these. I have like a little bit left over that I can make probably a mini chicken using the tiny chicken keyring pattern that I always talk about because it's like one of my best sellers in like keychain size. So to make that, the mini chickens, I just use Bernat blanket yarn instead of Premier Parfait Chunky. So here's that one. Then I got around to making 2 of these honeyed wheat chickens in the Cozy Traditions yarn. I really love this color, and this is actually one of the colors I was looking for the other day when I was at Hobby Lobby, but I couldn't find it. Alright, and I've got one more to show you, and this one's kind of like a mix mash of a bunch of different colors because I ran out of the main body color I was working with, and then I decided that I was going to use some Burlap chenille yarn that I've been trying to get rid of to try to finish it. So here's what that one looks like. It starts with some Bernat variated shade. I can't remember. I think it's just Bernat blanket, one of those shades, and then at the top it switches to this like blue toned gray from Burlap chenille, and the comb is also Bernat chenille in like this ruby red color. So yeah, quite a few Mabel chickens there, and I was pleasantly surprised. I haven't made them since like last year before market season and like my market prepping. I was just surprised at how quickly I was able to make them. They're like made in like 15 to 20 minutes each, so really quick market makes, and they're perfect for market prep, and that's why you're able to sell them, and that's why so many people sell them to begin with, is because they're so quick to make. But one more thing before the end of this video, I also ended up finishing another plushie in my spare time, and that was the Giraffe by Kaylee Crochet. I love this pattern, it's so cute, and they're one of the first things that sells no matter where I am. I always sell out of them so quickly, but all the color changes just kind of make it a little bit of a pain to make, so that's why I don't usually have a bunch of them, but I'm going to try to make more of these because they sell so well, and I'm able to sell them at like a pretty decent price to make it worth it. So anyway, that is this one that I made, and also these are a pair of safety eyes that I hand painted myself, and if you're interested in getting some for yourself that are custom made by me, hand painted by me, you can get them on my Etsy, so make sure you check that out. I have sets of 6 safety eyes together, and there's a variety of different colors there, and I'm actually going to work on painting some more soon as well. So yeah, that's all I had for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below what your favorite thing that I made today is. Let me know if you've ever made one of these granny square blankets or crocheted blankets where you use the tie blanket technique to put backing on it. I thought that was a really unique way of doing it, and I think this blanket turned out gorgeous, and it looks really nice with those like little tassels on the end too. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. And anyway, I will see you guys next week. Bye.